As long as I could remember, we've been waiting for the Messiah to come for us. It's just always been that way. I always knew he'd come, but, well, let's be honest. It's not like I'm from Jerusalem or someplace special. I'm just a girl, a nobody, from Nazareth. Everyone knows not much good comes out of Nazareth. Never has. I thought for sure that angel had come to the wrong house with his announcement. But if this was what God wanted, then who was I to tell him he's wrong? And Joseph. Oh, God bless that wonderful man. He could have joined in with everyone else, sent me away, even had me killed. But he never broke his promise to marry me. So when he went to Bethlehem for the census, I was honored to ride at his side, even with heartburn, loaded cankles, and 9 months of pregnancy behind me. You know those pregnant women who try different things to induce labor, like taking frequent walks or eating spicy food? What they should do is set out on a bumpy 70-mile trip to Bethlehem. Because not long after we arrived, well, I had never done this myself before, but it was time. With each wave of pain, I tried to ignore the fact that I'd be having this baby without my family to help me, without the familiarity of home. When Jesus was finally born, I forgot all that though. I wrapped him in cloths and made the most comfortable bed I could out of the only thing we had, an animal's feeding trough. Joseph said I should have been sleeping then, but I couldn't stop staring at him. There he was, the one the angel had told me about. My heart was so full, but none of my words were big enough to express it. I wasn't the first young mother to bring a child into the world. It's always been that way. But as I looked down at my son, my Redeemer, I knew he was the one who would change everything, because he had already changed me.
It was the longest, most difficult, scariest, exciting, confusing, most wonderful day of my life. When you realize that God has allowed you to become a father, there's nothing I could ever compare them myself to. And when it seems that he's deemed you fit to be the stepfather to his son, that's a bit overwhelming. He's a perfectly happy, healthy baby boy. He was born like most every other baby boy. I understand why they call it labor. I've been working every day since I was 12 years old, and never in my life have I worked as hard as Mary did that night. And Mary, she was amazing. Through all of it, not just the birth, but the months of people talking about us behind our backs, the week-long journey to Bethlehem. And after all of that, I watched as she turned a feeding trough into a cradle and didn't even faze her. She's amazing. And through it all, she never asked why. She just did everything God asked her to do. Knowing that even if she didn't understand everything that was happening, she did know God was in control. She was open to his will. Now I understand why God chose her. I really do. The thing I can't figure out is why he chose me.